Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sunday afternoon for me. I am taking a break from the Packer game and filming a collection video for you. So I am going to do, as you can see over here, I'll show a better picture of this. It wasn't quite as high as I thought it was. This is my complete Rogue One collection. Now I say complete in that it's all the ones that I have, not all the ones that exist, but pretty much all the ones that exist. So it's my complete Rogue One collection. I'm going to go through each figure for you, show you the box, and then talk a little bit about each figure. Let's get into the Rogue One Funko Pop collection. I am going to show you my collection, not necessarily in number order, but sort of by group. So I'm going to show you the main group first, and then sort of some of the variants along with them. I'm going to do a Jin sort of piece by piece because she has the most variants in this collection, and we're going to go from there. So first of all, we are going to start with the first release in this collection, and it is the standard Jin. Now there's nothing standard about Jin, but this is the regular Jin. This is her in her vest with her blaster, her gloves, and you know, that cool feathery hair there, a little bun in the back, and she's just lots of cool detail on her, little silver metallic details. So this is her pretty much on Jedha, on Yavin, anywhere she doesn't need a poncho. So this could be her on Scarab. So this is Jin. And you can see Jin Erso starts off the collection with number 138. Here is the box art on the side. And this is the collection that was originally released with Wave 1. You can see there are 12 figures in the original release, not quite as many as Suicide Squad, maybe not quite as many as The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, but quite a few, and I don't think this is even half of what is released for Rogue One, so we got a long video to go. Next we have Captain Cassian Andor. Now this is the one that was first released. This is the one of him on Jedha in the blue parka. So he's got his blaster there, he's got his blue parka with the fur hood and the backpack. The shaggy hair, played by Diego Luna, of course. And this is the second one in this series, number 139. And they came out with a variant right away, and it was exclusive to Target. This is Cassian on, I think, Scarab, or, well, it could be Scarab, it could be at the beginning, what's that mining planet that he's on? Can't remember. But this is your basic Cassian Andor. Also on Yavin, he's got his, you know, rebel stripes on, his leg holster, his little rebel insignia there, but the same head. Here's the Cassian Andor box, number 151, the Target exclusive. Next we have Chirrut Imwe, as played by Donnie Yen. He has the blue eyes, and he's got this really cool piece of armor here, his staff, his robe, all these cool details on him, with his little cape in the back. Chirrut was such a cool character, one of my favorites, next to Jin, but he is just so much fun as a character and sort of the spiritual core of the movie, I guess you'd say. But yeah, very impressive figure, very impressive character. And he was number 140 from the series. Next we have the one that vies with Jin for my favorite character in this movie, and it is Baze Malbus. I don't know what it is, I love Baze. I loved his character, I loved how loyal he was, I loved his relationship with Chirrut. Just so good. He's got, you can see a little scar there on the side. He's got his hair wrapped up in leather, and he's got the little ponytail on the back. He's got his big gun, his big blaster with silver metallic details on it. He's got his armor on the front, and then he has the little pack on the back that keeps the power for his blaster, plus the little side cape there, little capelet, very Boba Fettish. And of course that cool facial hair. Loved Baze so much. Number 141. Next we have a K2SO, who is the Imperial droid that Cassian rewired to help him. So this is the standard K2SO that came out. Lots of cool silver metallized details, a few red details, the Imperial symbol on him, those bright eyes, you can see his face, all the gadgets and stuff that he's got, pretty detailed in the molding. Of course, he was voiced by Alan Tudyk and was had some of the funniest lines in that movie. He was number 146 in this collection. Now there was a variant of him that was released for NYCC in 2017, and that is number 179. And this is the action pose. This is at the end of the movie when he's trying to hold off the Imperials on Scarab, trying to keep them from getting to Jyn and Cassian. You see he's stepping forward, he's got a blaster, and he has a few orange details underneath. Basically the same head, but you can see it's just a little bit more dynamic than this one. This one looks like he's just lying dormant. This one, he's actually very active. So this is a very cool one. The trend with the Rogue One tended to be that they released a whole bunch before the movie even came out, and then for cons and special editions they sort of were releasing more action poses, more detailed stuff. So that's what happened with this collection. And we cannot have the main group complete without including Bodhi Rook. Unfortunately, he was not released with the first wave. Nobody's really sure why, but he did end up being an SDCC exclusive for Target. But he has his clear goggles right there, his vest, little Imperial symbol on the side, and all his little insignia, and his ponytail, played by Riz Ahmed. And here is Bodhi's box, number 183, with the SDCC Summer Convention exclusive on it. Just says Bodhi on it. There's his side art. I think we'll stick with the good guys for now, or the rebels anyway. I don't know if he's a good guy, but I guess he's a good guy. This is Saw Gerrera, the leader of the Partisans. One of the first characters to cross over from Clone Wars to the actual live-action movies, of course played by Forrest Whitaker. This is the first version of him that came out. This is the early version where he finds Jyn in the little tunnel at the beginning. He's got the cane and of course the breathing apparatus. He's got his metal foot, wearing sandals, and then he has this sort of cape on the back. Very detailed armor. He's got scars on him, but he is bald in this version, so you know that's the earlier version. And even though he's one of the core characters, he was actually a Walmart exclusive. Number 153. And then his variant, as he looked in most of the movie on Jedha, is the NYCC 2017 Fall Convention exclusive, number 177. Basically the same body, but with hair. And he has a lot of detailing on this head mold. You can see he's got a little bit of gray in his beard and in his hair. but basically the exact same body. So they didn't have to put a lot of effort into this one. But again, it was one of those things where they based the original release off of what was in the trailers, and then what was in the trailers didn't end up actually being what was in the movie. So as far as the first wave of Rogue One, that's sort of the hero side. I'll get into wave 2 in a little bit, but right now I'm going to switch over to the villains. And of course we have Exhibit A, Ben Mendelsohn as Director Orson Krennic, with that lovely white cape. And his Imperial insignia. He's even got a little gun hidden away underneath his cape, black gloves. So of course he's quite sinister, as you would expect for the guy that oversaw the construction of the Death Star. He was number 142 in the Rogue One series, in the Star Wars series. Next we have Darth Vader, who is the saga character looming large throughout the whole movie. Very impressive scenes that he was in. This is just him with, you know, hands on hips. He looks more like the Darth Vader when he first enters Princess Leia's Rebel cruiser at the beginning of A New Hope, but you know, I think he looks very impressive. He's got that sort of red-brown tinting that he had in A New Hope on his mask for Rogue One, so I think they really did a great job just making those little details of how the costume slightly changed throughout the saga over the course of 30 some years. Yeah. He's very imposing. And a lot better version than the original Darth Vader, which is very Funko Poppy. So there is the box art number 143. I think they call him Sassy Vader because he's hands on hips Vader. First there was the variant they released with this wave, and this is the GameStop version with the Force Choke Vader. He's force choking Director Krennic at his little castle. Very cool to see his castle on Mustafar. This cape is sort of billowing out. Other than that, it's pretty much the same head mold, but they did manage to get a nice little variant for the body, which is pretty awesome. And here's the sticker, number 157. So we will go with the new trooper introduced for, well, there were a lot of new troopers introduced for this one, but this is the all-black Death Trooper with the green tinted lenses. And of course the green little lights there, and the giant black gun. Kind of hard to see, but he's basically a stormtrooper mold in all black, except for the helmet. And it was number 144 in the series. Now there was a variant released for the Smuggler's Bounty box that came out in November or December of 2016. Maybe it was January of 2017. But this was the variant that came out for the Smuggler's Bounty box, and he has a different pose and a different silvery gun, same head mold, but you can see he's got grenades attached to his vest. This was the Smuggler's Bounty, number 149. And there was another really cool variant that was released for the Death Trooper. It was a Walmart exclusive, and it was the Chrome Death Trooper. Now this one you can really see the green on him. He's number 154. He's no different in pose than the original release, but he is all in chrome. I hesitate to take him out. I will do it, but I hesitate to do it just because these chrome ones can be pretty fragile. If you have the original Chrome Vader, and there's another chrome one from the series, you know that for some reason the plastic just isn't as durable, or the vinyl, and so you have to be very careful that you don't break limbs off. I know famously the Chrome Vader's cape comes off a lot for some people, but again, there's a few black details, mostly chrome armor, and again you can see that green detailing. It's very shiny. I remember when I bought him online, he had sold out the first few times, I think, and I was on my way to a Packer game when he went live. I think it was Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. So I actually bought it in the car on the way to a Packer game. Next we have the Shore Trooper from Scarab. This is the original one with the little insignia on his helmet there. Very cool. I really like this trooper a lot. He's got a little stripe to indicate his rank. I really did like the design of the Shore Trooper. He was very cool. Very sort of almost like a speeder bike, and you guys know how much I love my speeder bikes. But he looks like the Scout Trooper a little bit. He was number 154 from this series. The commander, or the captain, he's got this little blue stripe and a different type of gun. Yeah, it's a very different type of gun. Well, not very different, but it's got, you know, some different painting and some different, there's like a different add-on at the top. Other than that, just a few paint differences. He does have the skirt there. I can't remember what kind of skirt that's called, but a lot of the clone troopers had it. Shore Trooper they called them, but on here they're called the Scarab Stormtrooper. He was number 156, and he was a Walgreens exclusive. And just to sort of finish up the first wave of random figures, there's this guy, the little black Astromech. What is his name? C2B5. Famously, they released him in the first wave. He was supposed to be like the evil R2-D2, and then he never even made it into the movie. So, I don't know. Was there some outtakes that he was in? I never watched the special features from the DVD, but yeah. He's just basically R2-D2 with black details and some yellow. I don't even know how collectible he would be. He wasn't in the movie, but he was released with the first wave. I think there was some early draft of him where he had the plans for something. Kind of a pointless figure in retrospect. Next, we will look at the Jin variants. Now, there were 6 Jins, I believe, in this collection, if you don't include the little Jin. So the first variant I have is the Hot Topic exclusive. This is Jin on Jeddah with the head wrap. When they are looking for Saw, walking around Jeddah, and they meet Chirrut and Baze. She's a little bit different, you can see side by side. Different little coloring. She's got another layer on, but yeah. The Hot Topic exclusive, number 150. Next we have the Scarab Jin in the Imperial Trooper armor. This is the outfit she steals when they first land on Scarab. See, it's the basic Jin head, but she's got the metal breastplate on, she's got the Imperial symbol, and then she's got those little batons from the landing crew. This was a Target exclusive, number 152. One of the most famous scenes, at least from the trailer, where she's sort of standing in the tunnel on Scarab. It was a very cool shot. We have the NYCC exclusive, which is basically the same figure, except she has the helmet on from when they're first entering the Scarab Citadel. Number 178. And you can see the detail on the helmet pretty much. Exact same body, but with the helmet on. Again, that was sort of the trend. You release this one early based on the trailer, then you release this one for con based on the actual movie. Why do you need to have both? You don't, but if you're a completist nut like me, you need to. Plus, I'm just glad there were so many variations of Jyn. You don't normally see that for a female character in the Star Wars movies. You usually get one, and she's a con exclusive. Well, in this case, that one was a con exclusive. However, she wasn't that hard to get, so. And then we have the Jyn on Edu in her mountain gear. This was from the Smuggler's Bounty when she is going to find her dad. So she's got the goggles, the helmet, the little microphone, poncho, gun, breathing apparatus, Smuggler's Bounty exclusive number 148 came with the variant of the Death Trooper in that box. So next we will move on to Wave 2 of Rogue One plus the con exclusives. Now the con exclusives and Wave 2 are kind of the same thing, but they were just kind of releasing them sporadically. They released a collection of 4 around September of 2017. And in between then they had all of the SDCC and the NYCC and all of that kind of stuff. So I've showed you some of those con exclusives already. Now I'm going to show you more con exclusives plus Wave 2. Talking a lot requires coffee. So I guess we will stick with Jyn, and this is young Jyn Erso, or Stardust. Absolutely my favorite figure from this collection. I cannot tell you how happy I was when they released this. I so wanted them to release this figure. She has the little Stormtrooper doll, and she has the Kyber crystal necklace that her mother gives her, the adorable little braids, and the backpack. She's got little freckles on her. I love this figure so much. I really, really love it. For the first one of Wave 2, she is number 185. And you can see there is a difference on the box for this wave. Some con variants, including Bodhi. Next we have Papa Erso, which is Galen Erso. Here he is in his Imperial Science outfit. A little bit different than the regular Imperial outfit. Sort of greenish. And he is number 186 from that collection. Next is one of the aliens. He was a partisan from Saw Gerrera's group. This is Weetief Cub. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But he's one of the guys that bombs the Imperial tank as it's coming through Jeddah. He's this little alien guy. All his little details, and his blaster, of course. And he was number 187 from Wave 2. And since we're talking about aliens, I will show you the Bistan, who was one of the rebels from New York Comic Con 2016. And you can see he's got a very detailed face with red eyes, and he's got a big collar. and a lot of green army details. His own blaster. You can see some sort of like gold and bronze details in there. Yeah, he was riding in one of the U-Wings on Scarab, and he was number 155, Bistan. We have the Death Star droid in black. You've seen many variants of this guy throughout the saga, especially A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. He's also talking to a bunch of officers on Scarab. See these big bug eyes. He's very much like, he's not quite as detailed as like C-3PO would be, but he's sort of in that protocol droid mode. 189 from the second wave of Rogue One. A chrome version. Very shiny. Again, you can see he's in the C-3PO sort of style. And again, you can tell these ones are just a little bit fragile. His arm, I have to make sure it doesn't come off. It's not quite glued on just right, but yeah. And he was the NYCC Con exclusive for 2017, number 188. We've got the Assault Tank Commander. Also one of the cooler new troopers. Looks a lot like a Scarab Shore Trooper, but he was on Jeddah, of course, in the tank, and little like paint details and stuff on him. Very imposing. I just like all the variations on the armor that they do. There's just so many ways you can modify the original Stormtrooper armor just to make it look a little bit cooler, a little bit more up to date, but still have the sort of essence of the original bucket heads. And this guy again was an SDCC 2017 Summer Convention exclusive, number 184. So guys, that rounds out my Rogue One collection. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's not too long. Looks like I'm going on 40 plus minutes of video taping here, so it's going to be a bear to edit. I just wanted to show you some stuff from my collection, as long as I'm not really buying anything right now. I'm thinking about doing a get ready with me talking about my upcoming vacation. If you're interested in that, let me know. If there's any other Star Wars or series of pops from my collection that you would like to see, let me know. I might do a Last Jedi version next. My pops are sort of all over the place right now, and because of events that have been going on, I've put them in different places, so it was kind of a bear to find all of these. And I now have to go put my house back together just to put all the boxes away. But I am super happy that I have all of these. I'm so happy to be able to share them with you. Let me know what some of your favorite characters or figures were from the Rogue One movie. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.